just did a really intense video. Before I did this one, I debated whether I wanted to do this video first, then get myself in a good mood, and then just crash on you on YouTube with that other video. And I made the right decision, I think, to talk about the cherry blossoms. Hi, before I say anything else, and I give you bringing you a gift. There's still beauty in the world, and I wanted to share that. Please like my channel. That would be really nice. And if you could also subscribe, and I'll try to keep my allergies from getting the best of me. I always go through this every year. Like I lose my voice, I get laryngitis or something, or I get a sinus infection. The allergies are really bad, and I have really not been feeling up to recording. And I finally found a window, and I jumped through that opportunity where I can breathe better, and I still somewhat sound like I got a cold in my nose, but I'm feeling better. And I've been packing on some stories to put on video. The cherry blossoms are a matter of timing. And the first time I ever saw them, I was cynical. If you saw my other video, if you're not into security or anything like that, but me didn't, I was talking about being cynical with people and situations, and avoiding ending up a statistics in today's world. And I still feel that we should find some time to explore nature, beautiful things. DC has beautiful architecture, and I'm just in awe of all the buildings and the beautification of DC. Something I'm interested in. The lush gardens are coming. We're getting some rain in the next few days, which is probably why today's a good day for me to record, because I'm going to be sick during rainy days or windy days or any day during springtime. Springtime is really painful for me, but it's also beautiful. So on occasion, I take my medication and I go out into the world, risk my life for you. So what I did, I had some medical appointments downtown, and on Friday, so today is Sunday, and on Friday, that was peak bloom. And on Friday, my mind was saying, no, don't go out. Don't go out there. Trees are going to kill you. And it was really severe. And I really wanted to go. But to watch the cherry blossoms, you have to get up at dark 30 to go out there. And I've done this the first time I did that for photography purposes. It was a magical moment. But that year, I think they were most beautiful. I think I can skip it from that moment on, because the trees change over time, and the blossoms were just amazing. And I want to see if I can try to track down those pictures. They were not high definition. They went to an article that was published locally. That was a long time ago. Like I said, that was before 2008. Yeah, I wasn't deployed yet. And I just took a stab in the dark. Go ahead and get in the car and go out there and check out the cherry blossoms. And I was cynical, because what's the big deal about the cherry blossoms? And I know I've been to places where flowers are beautiful. I love nature, but I was just too busy with work and just living life, and I didn't think that I could take some time to slow down and enjoy the cherry blossoms, which I did. So that one time I got there about 5:30 a.m. and I watched the sunrise, and that's when you want to go, on the day when the peak bloom. That's the day you want to be there. Really dark, and just it's just magical to just watch the sunrise, and just to see the flowers start to get nice and fluffy, and then to start to open up, and it's just wonderful. So once you hit about 7, between 5:30 and 7 a.m., it's the best time. You should, if you're going to be in DC at all, I would do that. Like next year you're going to visit, just get up early. If you're from out of town, get a hotel, get a good meal the night before. Just get up early. People do it for fishing, some people do it for camping. I used to do hiking adventures, and you just get up really early because you're excited to go out there, and then you're going to break that activity with some large meal or some sightseeing. So I highly encourage you. I know DC has various reputations for it's a city, and but a lot of magical things happen here sometimes. I admit that. I still get choked up staring at the Capitol Dome, crossing the 14th Street Bridge. I have no idea why. And just seeing the skyline of DC still would get me over the years. And I've been here for a long time. But I wanted to share a video. And again, before I share this video with you, it's not the best because I don't think that they were in the best shape. But weather patterns in DC They go from winter just drastically goes into a mini summer for a couple days, and everybody gets all comfortable. This happens every year. It shouldn't be a surprise, and it goes up and down temperature, humidity, and whatnot, which is why allergies are so bad. And the people that go out and they go out in the middle of the day because there's more sunshine. On Friday was peak bloom for this year, and I knew that from the news, but I was indisposed, and I thought no. But I went ahead and broke free from that fear and went ahead and did it because I had appointments. I had little choice, but it hit by Thursday. By Friday, there were high winds documented that they were coming, and they will come because that's what happens with a change in the weather patterns. This weather system here in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, it's very, especially in a bad way, it's really inconvenient. So the high winds, as soon as that you get winds, it's done, and as soon as you get lower temperature, it's done. So you're really racing against the clock to used to get a quick peek of these beautiful trees. So I managed to capture some footage and the hordes of people, and it was horrific. I don't do crowds. That's another thing that I was really afraid of. I was right to be afraid of. Half the world was on every sidewalk or every blade of grass. I just it's impossible to do excellent photography with a lot of people. And I understand we all have to share the gifts that we have. And I'm more than happy to show you. That was, I finally had a meal after the very end of the video. I just wanted to get some close-ups. These buds, this is about day 2, just to show you. And I've captured this same spot right here with the Jefferson Memorial in the background. It's one of my favorite places. And in previous years, where you could barely see the sky, and just as soon, and this is usually what I'm used to seeing at the bottom of this picture, is exactly what I'm used to seeing. It's just lush, and it's just like this, they're so crammed with flowers. And I want you to get, this is where your politicians live every day. I just wanted to get a shot of that. And that was my little lunch break before my appointment was late in the day, and I had nothing else better to do. And I just went ahead and decided that I should go and enjoy the cherry blossoms. But yeah, day 2 is almost not worth it. I hate to say it, but it's nature. Like I said, the winds come. This is one of the best spots. If you become ODAR 30, you need to catch the sun rays and just take the shots from this spot right here. Just to get that tree in particular always leans over and it frames the Jefferson Memorial in such a magnificent way. And I'm gonna have to find those pictures. And like I said, I didn't make it to the magazine because the front cover, but I made it to the story itself. I wrote a short article about my experiences with viewing the cherry blossoms. And this is what the Willard Hotel. It's just walking past the at the other end of the National Mall and leaving the tidal basin. I did not walk the entirety of the tidal basin. The heat was getting the number as well. It was very hot and clear, so I had to say that I was pretty thankful that I had the opportunity to see them. I did not enjoy having to bump shoulders with a million people. They come from all over the world. I'm glad that we have this. It makes us very special. And I hope you enjoyed just a little glimpse. I hope you visit at some point and get up with the chickens and get a nice cup of coffee and some treats from your hotel and come out and see them just as they're blooming at first thing in the morning. And then by the time the crowds show up, that's when you definitely want to be gone. It's when everybody else finally got their leisurely breakfast and they did some other sightseeing. This spot right here, this is what you really want to catch one of these days. These trees right here, they're so beautiful when they're full bloom. So on day 2, I got the best. I got you the best I could get under the circumstances, and I was lucky to get anything at all. These shots were one half of the tidal basin, and it's like I said, it's really a treat, and it's good to have. But they have other trees in DC that you can also check out. You have the botanical gardens. That's a magnificent spot to go. You would not be disappointed if you are a nature lover. And I spent countless hours just photographing, just looking at the flowers and plants. It's really well done. It's one of those things that I can say that's worth a trip. And they have magnolia trees, and they have the other types of blossoms, like the peach blossom trees. They're all over the city. So you're going to get quite a bit of a show of nature in the early spring. By the time we hit May and June, it's still flowering really. Then you get black-eyed Susans out here, the local pollinators. A lot of buildings where we live here and neighborhoods, they have a big push for local flora that way to attract more pollinators, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And they have a lot of old gardens here. People garden. Some gardens go back to World War II out here, and there's a waiting list for many of these gardens. There's one right behind my building. I cannot get in. It takes 7 years to get into to get off the list where you'll do have your own plot. I don't have time for gardening anyway, so it works out. But yeah, people like their gardening out here, and I hope that this was a little bit more positive video for you. I want to thank you again for joining me to stop by and just to watch a short video that I put together for you last night. And I hope to bring some other stuff back to the channel now that I'm feeling better. I hope you're doing well, and I want to thank you again for stopping by, and I thank you ahead for just like the channel and subscribe so I can bring you more wonderful content like this. Thanks.